With the spooky season coming to a close and the holiday season is coming to us ever so fast, and I can hear Mariah Carey's notes thawing out through their eyes right now as we speak. Now, I thought maybe I should take the time to talk about a book I had no idea existed until I went to a thrift shop last week and stumbled across Peter Parker, Spider-Man number 37, Snow Day, written by Paul Jenkins with art by Mark Buckingham. Snow Day finds our webhead covered in snow on top of the Empire State Building. How did he get here, you may ask? Well, let's go back. Peter is sick in bed. He wakes up to hear on the radio that today is the coldest day in New York City. Luckily for him, this means a snow day, so no work for high school teacher Peter Parker. Before he can go back to bed, he gets a call from Aunt May asking if he could shovel her out of her driveway. Despite his efforts, Peter is swindled into swinging across town to help Aunt May. But as one would guess, he runs into some villains along the way, but not who you expect. Vulture's up to his usual bullshit, just stealing jewels. And he catches Spider-Man and assumes that he's there to thwart his plans. Spider-Man, on the other hand, is honestly unbothered, to say the least. I think one of the funniest moments in this issue is where Peter literally just is so unbothered by the Vulture to the point where he is trying to ignore that the Vulture is doing anything bad just so he can not be outside. In spite of all this bullshit, the Vulture is still infuriated with him. I just love that. This whole book is just full of a lot of comedic moments. This interaction culminates into Vulture telling Spidey to meet him where they had their first fight in 30 minutes. This is where we find our hero at the beginning of the story. What happens next? Well, I'm not spoiling shit. So as I said a little bit earlier, I went to an antique shop and I found this book. They were just selling them for, $1 a book. And the cover was fun and it was something I didn't read. And I was like, you know what?
Shut up and take my money.
So I sat down on a bench outside and I read it, and honestly, it was a really fun issue. It had me laughing out there in public. A couple of people were staring at me, maybe.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Who cares? I'd say my favorite moment in this entire book was when Aunt May was just ignoring Peter just to get him to shovel her driveway. It was fun. Was it manipulative? Yes, but it was funny. Which brings me again to the humor in this book. All of the comedy was on point for me, and there even was a moment where the Human Torch makes a surprise appearance. But the question is, will it stand the test of time? Honestly, I'd say yes. I would give this a 5 out of 5. This will stand the test of time. But, the real question is, what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to stand the test of time? Be sure to let us know in the reviews or comments of the show. And be sure to follow us on our socials at TikTok at Super Saturdays Pod, Twitter at Super Saturday PC, and Instagram at Super Saturdays Podcast. As always, see you next Saturday, Soups.